when I go live. I didn't want to leave it too late because then you may think that I'm not actually going to be here live. So anyway, I still have my mess from yesterday, which isn't too messy. And I do have to turn down my volume on my computer because if not, we're going to have an echo. There we go. How is everybody this morning? And if you're here, let me know where you're coming in from. Today, I have one left. I was supposed to do a co-working session yesterday afternoon, and I got so busy that I wasn't able to do it. So today I have to prep. I have to prep. But today is really busy as well. Today, I believe there is a book illustrating or a book cover illustrating workshop or hour co-working session with Jennifer Caballeros, who has Books Are My People. Good morning, Elvira. Hi, Nanette. Hi, C. Then we have also Samantha Dion Baker has a session, and she has a new challenge, which is lettering, and that's coming up today, this afternoon. I have my class this afternoon. I have to finish this image. Wednesdays are always just review and complete, so it's actually a really lovely session. We have two 2-hour classes, Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday is our class for review and complete. So I'm completing this one, and I also finished this one yesterday, which, yeah, so I think everyone's starting to understand and get it, so that's really great. So I'll be doing those today. I received my order. Okay, so, and you'll really be proud of me, everybody. Good morning, Barbara. Hi, Louise. Good morning to Phil Ochs and you, Shara. Yes, I'm doing Phil Ochs. I have a sketch of him, so I am going to be painting today. So I have his sketch, which was just a 10-minute sketch. I just whittled it down because some of these have been like hour long. Yeah, some of them have been a lot more lengthy than others. Some of them have been, you know, not so long. So I just did his in 10 minutes. So I am about to start him. Yeah, you'll be proud of me because look, I cleaned it. That is the best I could clean it. It was not easy to clean, I guess because it grabs the paint at the bottom here. But that's all I could do. Like with acrylic going in here, it gets very messy. Anyway, I did buy another one, and then I heard somebody say, you could just clean it, Shar. And I'm like, oh yes, I could just clean it. Anyway, I cleaned it, so I'm happy. I've got two now. I'm gonna have one for gouache and one, like two portable, one for gouache and one for acrylic. And I will be, look, it even closes, which I am, oops, maybe this one is broken. No, I think it just came off its hinge. I'm not even sitting down yet. That's how like unprepared I am for today. But we'll get there. Okay, yeah, I can close it. Ta-da! And it's pretty much sealed, which is fantastic. Very dirty, but I have the other one here. Did I really need another one? Yes, because you can't mix acrylic and gouache, and if I don't keep those separate, and these are great little portable ones, and they come with, I'll show you, they come with this at the bottom, so it's like a little water basin, and it packs down like this small, so it's fantastic. Yeah, this one is not as, I don't know what's up with this one, but anyway, that's, oh, that broke. Wonder when that broke. See, like the little thing broke off. Did that just break now? That's probably why it wasn't closing properly. I mean, it's fine. It'll do. It'll be good. Okay, I can use that one here. All right, so we have Phil Ochs. He was born in 1940 and didn't live a very long life. He passed away in 1976. So he was only 36 years old. And he was a he performed a lot of anti-war anthems, like I Ain't Marching Anymore, at the 1968 Democratic National Convention. And he also organized lots of rallies, the war is over, to protest the Vietnam War. So he was definitely a peacekeeper. I'm thinking that like a lot more musicians were advocates for peace in the 1960s and 70s than artists are now, or am I just blinded by the everyday noise of pop music? I don't know. Anybody got any inside information on that? Louise says, good morning. Bonjour, Hippo. Hi, Meryl. Hello, Susan. Michelle says, what brand is that? What brand is this? This is called a Dugata or Dugato. Yeah. I can open it and show you. It comes in other colors as well, but I seem to always get this one, or this is the one that arrives. So yeah, so look how nice the clean one is. Yeah. And so this is the seal. This really does seal it and just helps it stay. It's like a stay wet palette, but a portable one. They're very handy. Very, very handy. And it's nice, packable, fits in your, and then you just need to get some water. And yeah, and then you can paint all day. All right, what do I have here? I have my weeks. I just brought these down just in case anybody wanted to see any of them, but you guys have seen all of them. But just in case you haven't. The paint holder, yes. Today, I think artists are afraid to speak out because they might alienate some listeners. That's true. The brave ones do, though. Yeah, that is so true. So, so true. Hippo says, oh my God, I am reading about him. The reasons he died are so sad. I have not, I was just about to read that and then I'm like, oh my goodness, I am running behind. I mean, I can pull it up and read. I'm sure it's very sad. I love, there's a quote from Bob Dylan, what he said about Phil Ochs. He said, I just can't keep up with Phil and he's getting better and better. Which is really nice. Oh yeah, I just read that. That's not very lovely. A lot of people struggle, but there is help, and people can get help if you are struggling with depression. All right, shall I get cleaned up and get started? I think that's a really good idea, because then I may be able to finish him actually today. Oh, we had a nice session with Beth Spencer and Emma Carpendale yesterday. If you're a member of either of their groups, they had a session on ducks, and I put together a very rough concertina. You can see I just stuck together pieces of paper that were like not the same size, and I'm like, okay, I've got like 2 minutes to get a little book together, because if not, it just disappears in a sketchbook. And I used a lot of mixed media and tried to keep it consistent with using the blue for the ducks and then putting patterns in. And yeah, so it was like an 1.5-hour session. And then the back was this. So it's always nice to play in those sessions. I really love doing other people's sessions, because then I can get a chance, I have a chance to play and to relax, and that's what I love about joining other people's. Thank you. Oh, Hippo says he was attacked while on tour. He was strangled. His vocal cords were damaged forever. Depression, alcoholism, and then hanging, which is really sad. Very, very sad. You know, yeah, if you put yourself out there, somebody's not going to like what you say, obviously, because not everybody thinks the same. And then we were talking about, let's change the subject. We were talking about materials yesterday in Beth's session, and we were talking about art graph. I do love art graph, and I don't use it. It looks like I've used it a lot, but I don't use it every day. There's also a bigger tin, which Marcy Senders has a big fat tin like that. That would be lovely to have. But I think this is great because it's so portable. Yeah, I may add this to my list of art supplies to bring when I'm out and about. So I may do that. Okay, let's put some things away that I don't actually need. I used my kuritakis yesterday. They're always great because they have big, like, they're big pans. Mine are cracking, which is not very good. Because they have big pans, you can get a big brush in them without making them all messy. Yeah, so I do like those. Somebody recently got the, was it the nature inspired one? No, what was the name of the one that you guys got? The more muted tones. And then I looked for that little container that you guys got, the travel container. I think Michelle, you got it from Etsy. It was $80 just for the container, but it was empty, so you still have to buy everything else. Nanette says, I love how you have a theme planned before. Oh, like before this? It was like a very last minute, 5 minute. But what I did was I got what I wanted to draw with. And then there's always something consistent about the, I started with this one and wanted to put the patterns in. And I had an orange marker out. So I did stay consistent with the, like with the orange and the blue. And then the kuritake was just basically to fill in. And then I didn't do the last one because I was tired. And so I just embellished everything. And yeah, I kind of like how blending and bleeding in the images, whether it doesn't have to be the same size. Do you know what I mean? Like that, I did enjoy about that. So, yeah. Another little concertina to add to all the others. I think some of my best, like my favorite personal drawing happens in Beth Spencer's sessions, because I can just like turn off, like I don't teach, I don't do anything like that. So it is nice. What is everybody up to today? What is everybody up to today? I'm going to flip these this way. And then, I mean, you can't really see too many of them, but it's nicer to have something like this on my table than it is all the mess. I would promise I was going to clean. I was going to. But I didn't. All right, let's get started. I'm going to be working from this image of him that I've sketched, just to show you that you can work from your sketches. Michelle says, so I'm having a bit of a sip of a coffee. Michelle says, painting electric wires and skies. Yeah, I love painting electric wires. You need to come to Oaxaca. Oaxaca is like full of wires. It's pretty spectacular how they have their whole neighborhoods hooked up to electricity. You've been to Oaxaca, haven't you, Michelle? Okay. All right. Shall we? I think I have enough white, red, yellow, pink. Blues are a little bit low. Do I have my blue nearby? Do I have my blue nearby? Oh my goodness. If you could just see what is going on here in my studio. I think can I blame you guys? It's because I want to show you things in the morning, and then I'm like, I just put it to the side and then I forget. Are you painting on fabric? Yes, I'm painting on linen. I had a linen shirt that I stretched over, actually I stretched on the embroidery hoop, and then I put a backing on, because one thing I didn't do with the other project that I did for my gallery portfolio, which I need to get into gallery, was I didn't fix the backs. So it's much easier to get it all prepped, and I've learned this from Cassandra Kim. Get your substrate ready to paint on. So all you have to do is varnish afterwards, but you don't have to do the edges, and you don't have to do anything after that. If you don't know who Cassandra Kim is, you should definitely go and check her work out. But she does small paintings of animals dressed up in a lot of old, it's not costume, it's like basically clothing from the 1800s and 1700s, and yeah, it's fantastic. Yes, and then I paint the substrate, or the la tela, the cloth, the linen, with acrylic, or you could use anything that's like a sealer, a primer, or gesso if you wanted to do that. Oh yes, Michelle says, yes, I've been there. Who did you go with, Michelle? Did you go with your husband? You are very welcome. I want to know how you, oops, I almost dropped that. How you say your name. Ifat Mac Scud. I'm sure it means something. Your name. You know, it's like reading a custom number plate, and they use letters to express like a word or a saying or something like that. Michelle says husband and one other couple, Mexico City first, which I loved. You're going. Yes, I'm going to Mexico City. I have only 2 early bird spots left for Mexico City for our sketchbook retreat, and I do have quite a few spots left for Oaxaca. So there are still, I think, 6 early bird spots left for Oaxaca and 2 early bird spots left for Mexico. So jump on it if you guys are interested. Everything, all the retreats that I'm doing. I was thinking earlier, you know, like, is it too much to be doing all these retreats? But really for me, I teach all year round. So I don't think, I'm just moving around and teaching, that's all. And some of the places are, well, all the places are incredible. And I want to teach in those places because of, you know, the world is beautiful, and to be able to travel around and see it is fantastic. But like, we had a sign up, I don't know if they're here, but they signed up for Black Mountain, which is happening in July. And June, somebody also messaged me and said that they're interested in coming to Italy. So I think it just, you know, if it works for you, it works for you. And it's just me teaching another week of painting, but I get to meet you, which is the best part. And we get to paint together and explore and just hang out, which is really incredible. So okay, these colors are a little bit crazy. I did use a fluorescent yellow. Thank you, Scott. I believe this is a acrylic gouache which you sent over to me. And I love it as a background, but it is a little bit crazy. Just a wee bit. Ooh, the dogs are barking outside. Oh, okay. Ifat Masgood says Masgood is my father's name. Like a last name, like a surname. How, like, my name is Hamilton? Or is that like his name, like John? Annette, hi. Oh, Anne, sorry, it's Anne. Where is Black Mountain? I've been out of the loop lately. Never heard of Black Mountain. Black Mountain is just near Asheville, North Carolina. Oh, his name like John. Okay. Thank you. And then that means your name is Ifat? Or Ifat or Ifat? Or, yeah. Yeah, Anne, I'm coming to America. I'm coming to America. I have a Q&A this Saturday, a live Q&A, so I'll be painting a watercolor portrait or a couple of watercolor portraits while I answer your questions on the retreat with Sketchy. I think that also is, you'll meet, if you're a Sketchy fan and you've been doing Sketchy for a while, you will meet the owner of Sketchy, Jordan. He will be there. He'll be there a lot, which is great. And we have a guest artist, Tiffany Devanzo, who is a sketchy artist as well, and she's going to be coming and doing a workshop with us on portraiture and like anatomy as well. Nanette says, is that a song about coming to America? I'm sure there is one. Anne says, oh, North Carolina, my state. Well, then you don't have to go very far. I know you're very close to Teresa. If it says, please plan to come to Dallas, Texas. Well, we do have a lot of friends in Texas, so that may be an idea. Lisa says there's an Eddie Murphy movie called Coming to America. Yes, you are right, Lisa. C says Nanette, Neil Diamond. Oh, and Neil Diamond. Oh, you guys are just pulling out all of them. Anyone else? I'm sure, you know what? I'm sure it's funny because when I'm making reels and I look for songs which have a similar theme to what I am either drawing or the topic that I'm drawing, you know, it's quite a process to make these reels, and I don't think I do a fantastic job at them, but I do enjoy looking for songs, but they probably take the longest time to come up with a song. And it's incredible to see how many songs there are actually with whatever name you put in. Like, you know, so if I put freedom in, which is, you know, an easy one, but if I put freedom in, so many artists have done songs with the title Freedom. Yeah. So it's not like you can't have the same name as another artist and put their, like, the same name of a song. There could be multiple songs with that same name. Okay, I'm just going to block it in two-tone first and then work into the two-tone. Sometimes that works. And hopefully this time it will work. Because I need to switch my size of paintbrush. I need to also make his face wider on that side, but I'll do that in a minute. Nanette says, yes, Neil Diamond's song is what I have in my head. Thanks, C. But is it Ifat or Ifat? I wonder how you pronounce the I in your name. I've heard that flights are not too expensive within the US. So, you know, it is an option for you to fly up to North Carolina. Asheville has an airport that you can fly into, if anybody is interested in flying up. Okay, I don't actually know. Now I do need to put it wider. So I thought on the sketch the ear was way too far over, and I think it is, but I need to work it out here with another value. So I'm gonna get that on in a minute. Good evening. Buonasera, Julia. How are you? Oh, Ifat? Okay. Ifat. What happened to the sound? What sound? Has the sound gone? Anybody? Has everybody's sound disappeared? I'm going to make a darker brown. I'm going to move these brushes because they're just going to get wrecked. The sound is back. Huh. Funny. Funny how that happens. Today, if you are joining, make sure you give me a thumbs up if you're here. There's 19 of you, so when I press the refresh, maybe there'll be 19 likes. That's the little thumb right underneath the video. I'd so appreciate it. And if you're not a subscriber yet of my YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button too. You don't get, like, unless you want notifications, you can turn those off. So you may get notifications in your email if you're logged into YouTube, but if you're not, you won't get notifications. But you can just delete that if you don't want it. Okay, yeah, so I need to leave space here. This is his sideburn, and then his ear would be back here. I many times underestimate the width of the head and make it quite narrow. Sound is good, apparently. Oh, it was probably your computer. What's up with your computer, Meryl? I can hear you saying, I don't know. Because if not, you'd be able to fix it if you knew. Okay, darker here. And I know these colors are a bit crazy, but I will go in with more natural tones in a minute. I chose this one. He must have been very young with this one on this photo, in this photo. Okay, I'm going to darken his jacket as well here. And then I have to, oh, you refreshed YouTube? Ifet says, may I ask when will you be traveling to North Carolina? Mid-July. Ifat, if you go into the description here on, like, in this live session, I think there's like 3 little dots after where it says Paint and Draw with Me Live. Today's portrait is of Phil Ochs. If you, and then it says ... you can click on the 3 dots and then you'll have all the links to everything from all my like to subscribe on my newsletter on Substack, to have a look when there are links to Black Mountain, links to Black Mountain, to Italy, to France, to Mexico next year. Yeah, have a look. All right, I'm going to widen his face on this side, just slightly. All right, now I can lighten. So yeah, the special thing about the sketchy one is there's going to be a lot of portraiture, which if you like drawing and painting portraits, that's going to be great. But we are also going to be sketching outdoors. I've never been to Black Mountain, but everybody says it's beautiful and it's not too hot either because you're up in the mountains, or you have the mountains there, and it looks beautiful, the scenery. And we'll be going to a folk museum as well, and hanging out in the evening and going to listen to some live music, because apparently there's lots of great places for live music as well, so we can sketch musicians. And then, like I said, we have Tiffany Devanzo coming for one morning, and she'll be bringing a model as well, so we'll draw from the model after her workshop, and we'll have lots of portrait sessions with each other. I'll be giving portrait workshops. Now, when we go to Italy and France, we get a studio to work from as well, or to work in. So a lot of the workshops, or the daily workshops, are either done in the studio depending on the weather, or they are done outside. But we kind of cover everything in France and Italy, from figurative, portrait, to landscape, urbanscape. So we kind of have everything. We work with all of those subject matters. And we eat great food, which we will also in North Carolina. Okay, where did that green come from? I don't want green. Something happened. Barbara says, if anyone is in NYC, New York City, there's an exhibit at the Metropolitan Museum that I went to yesterday. It's mostly portraits by the artist Helen Schneerbeck, a Finnish artist, 1964 to 1944. Very interesting. I do believe that next week Michelle and Nanette, they're going into New York City to see a couple of exhibitions. I'm not sure if that one is on their list. Thank you, Barbara. And can I just say about all my retreats, you don't have to be a practiced and, an experienced artist to come on these, because I teach everybody of all different levels, and I don't think it matters. It's all about learning to see, and yeah, so don't feel like, oh, I don't think I'm there yet. And in person we slow down a lot more. So if you've taken my classes and you're like, no way can I be that fast or keep up, or it's a lot slower in person, because we have a lot of things going on around us and we just take our time. Okay, I'm going to get a darker tone for the ear, which I had already. Let's mix it into this one. Oops. And Michelle says, yes, April 2nd. And Michelle says, I saw that, Barbara. It was one, oh, you've seen it already, Michelle. Michelle has seen that exhibit already. Thank you, both of you. I love that we have people everywhere in the world to help us. You know, if we're ever going anywhere, we can message them and say, okay, what should I see? What do I need to see? Barbara says it ends on the 4th, on the 5th of the 4th, so the following Sunday. Susan says, I hear the new Raphael exhibit at the Met is amazing. Oh, Susan, are you meeting up with them as well? Okay, let's get some lighter hair in here, just on the top. Oh, what else do I have going on this week? Does anybody have any photos for me for Another World? Who's here? Who's supposed to be sending me stuff? Who has been somewhere? I mean, I can pull up photos from trips, like that's not a problem, but if anybody does have, oh, Susan says, thanks, but leaving for San Francisco that day. So yeah, if anyone's in New York, a group is going to the Guggenheim and meeting there at 11 a.m. So, you know, if you're here listening and you want to catch up with some artists and do some sketching, they're very lovely. Michelle, Nanette. Lisa says, hopefully the airports will be cleared up for you. Oh gosh, yes, that is a little brutal. Let's get this a little lighter. So ideally I should have gone much lighter in the beginning, but I didn't. Sorry, focusing. Okay, I'm gonna correct his mouth because something's going on with his mouth. It's a bit odd. Michelle says, yes. Where should I post? Is there a Padlet? A Padlet for what? Sorry. And Susan says, we're going to Sonoma and then up to California coast to see the redwoods. Ooh, planning to sketch every day. Would you consider a session on painting redwoods? Absolutely. Yes, let's do that. Do you want to do that before you go? So I have a live session on Saturday at 12. We could do Saturday at 3. Are you up for that? Oh, for photos of April awareness. Yeah, there's a Padlet. If you go into our chat on, I can show you. Oh, yeah, if you go into our chat on Substack, let's see. So if you hit the chat, you'll see BSA Club, Abstract April, and then here it says, thanks for joining today. If you missed today, here's the Padlet. And it has the code, which I shouldn't be showing. But then when you go into the Padlet, oh, is Susan, the other Susan here? She posted something in the Padlet, and I'm not sure if it is supposed to be in that Padlet. It was a little bit odd, the location, but yeah, we've made a Padlet. Well, I've made a Padlet. We as us, our group, it's purple, and I know some people, I've added a photo already. I have the replay of the Abstract April prep, and I think Lisa has added a photo too. Yay! So just us. It's just us. If there aren't photos for the day, I'm just going to be pulling photos from my day, where I am, what I'm doing, and doing that. So not everybody will want to do Abstract April, and I get that. Michelle says, thanks, I see it now. Oh, you need to take photos first. Yes. Oh, marching is No Kings on Saturday. Okay, we won't do a Saturday one then. I may do a Saturday prep, like a co-working session at 3, if anybody, or maybe at 10. I'll see what's going on. My daughter is also home, so I will be spending some. Oh no, Saturday I can't. Shoot. Okay, forget it. Saturday, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, we can do Sunday, or like a co-working session, or maybe somebody will bring me some photos from their world. Yeah, Saturday is not good. Saturday I have my live session as well with Sketchy, so that will be an hour on Saturday. I could pull his photo up just to check certain things. Does it look like him though? There's something not quite him. I wonder if it's his eye. A protest art session could be fun. Yes, that could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. Okay, let me just get this in. We'll have a think about it. I like to go more the route of peace. So, you know, and I don't really want to give, although, you know, you guys are all protesting against like the no kings thing, and I totally understand it. I do want to, make art to, like, especially because I'm doing this 100-day project, to push the whole peace thing. I know that that is in some ways leading towards peace, but I don't know, maybe another monk one, maybe another, yeah, I mean, the protests we could do a peaceful protest for sure, and think about, maybe I could, Lisa, you've actually provoked some ideas. Perhaps I could gather a few peacemakers and we could do a portrait drawing session on peacemakers. Could do that. Barbara says, I think it's better to stay positive and we don't all think the same. That is absolutely true. Yes, No King's protest is most certainly connected to peace. But I do like having maybe some current day, we could do maybe like 5 portraits of people who are out there rallying for peace, or let's do a peaceful portrait session. Okay, I'm gonna look at times and see what works, with the majority of you. Tomorrow is a busy day. Friday has suddenly become really busy as well. I'm not sure how. We have the Hobonichi Club meetup on Friday morning at 10. I know that Beth has a session at 12. I know that Creative Bug has their 100-day project session at 1. And I think Emma Carpendale has a session in the afternoon, maybe on Friday, or something's happening. Oh, and I have, and I believe I have a live session with Lisa Anderson Schaefer on Friday. So Friday is crazy. Saturday is a no-go. Sunday could work. Hippo has her session at 12. No, 1. No. Oh, you guys are changing your clocks in Europe, so it will be back to 12 o'clock. That's good. Yeah, Hippo has her session at 12. Hippo, are you here still? Do you want to tell us what your session is? And if you have a link, you can put the link in there. I'm not sure if links work. Okay, I'm going to write it down. Peaceful portraits. We'll do a session on peaceful portraits. And I will choose 5 contemporary. Do you think 5 is good? I mean, we could have an early one. Peaceful portraits. And we'll do 5 peacekeepers of our, like, contemporary peacekeepers. Anyone have any names that are contemporary peacekeepers of today? Oh yes, Hippo is drawing master studies from landscapes of master studies of landscapes of famous artists. Yes, 5. Give us time to draw. Yeah, at least we can do at least like maybe 15-minute. Does that work? 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we could do 15-minute portraits. That would be quite lovely. Quite lovely. Okay, I'm going to put a background behind him. I don't think I have... let's see. I think I may put... I don't have any of the bright ones down here. C says, I love Master Studies idea. Yes, that's for Hippo's session on Sunday, C, so don't miss that. Contemporary peacemakers of our time. Here, I can do a search, a real quick search. We can write some people down. Okay, I get peacekeeping missions. I want individuals. I mean, Greta Thunberg, we could do her. She is definitely out there. I don't think I'm getting the right list here. I'm getting a lot of military, and I don't want military. I want individuals who are out there rooting for peace. Whether it's artists, musicians, okay, I just had a... Okay, I'm going to tell you tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow to tell you what I'm thinking for Abstract April, because I just had an aha moment, and then I forgot about it, and now I just remembered it. So, yeah. Some of you may love the idea. Some of you will be like, no, not doing that. But some of you may like it. Anyway, come to our co-working session tomorrow in our BSA club. If anybody wants to join, the link is in the description here. So take a look at my newsletter. Yeah, like I think, well, I know that, oh, shoot, that went a bit over. I know that some of you will really be interested in it, and some of you will be like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. But yeah. Susan says, I love the idea of painting musicians who write protest songs. That is really, yes, I love that too. Greta Thunberg. Okay, Greta. And then I like that too. Billie Eilish. And I do love the idea of that, of write your idea down. I have written it down. It is written down. Thank you. You know what? It was one of those, I was lying in bed and I'm like, oh my gosh, why don't I just do that? I love that. Anyway, it's an idea. It's to do with Abstract April, and I feel like it's something that many of us could do. It's doable within the hour, absolutely. It's something that, yeah, something that I love doing. That's all I'm saying. And if you're part of our BSA club and you can't make it to our co-working sessions, or it's like that busy time of day when you're moving around and you can come and be silent and have your camera off. You don't have to have your camera on. I know that it's a Zoom, but you know, there are a few people who just come and, you know, they're either getting ready for work or busy or taking their kids somewhere and they just want to listen. You can do that too. Don't worry. It is totally doable. Okay. That got a bit messy down here. That's okay. I thought I would do these, which turned into a chevron, but I thought I would do these for Vietnam, because he was protesting the war in Vietnam. Can I just ask, do leaders even care about people protesting? Like, are they looking at their future and the stats and whether, you know, these people are actually going to vote for them? I mean, obviously no one's going to vote for that next time around, but do you know what I mean? Like, is it something that goes heard? I mean, it obviously gets shown around the world that people are not in agreement of whatever's going on in that country if there's a lot of protests. Bruce Springsteen. Oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen is good. And Stevie Wonder, but I'm not sure if I have Stevie Wonder. That's not the one that we're doing together. Is that the one we're doing together? Michelle? Oh, yeah, we are. Michelle and I are doing a live of Stevie Wonder on day 80. Day 80 of the 100-Day Project. We are only on day 32. Springsteen. Okay, I need two more. Two more. Carolyn says, I think the local and state pay attention for sure. Well, yeah, because if you think of who is running for like leadership within your state, I guess that makes a big difference to them if they're all voting like in opposition of what you believe. So yeah, okay. My puppy is nudging me. Bye. Bye, Michelle. Oh, goodness. Look at the time. I just saw the time. Taylor Swift. Okay, this is where I come, like, I know that she writes her own music, but does she write all her own music? Because then I feel like also sometimes if you're not a singer-songwriter, I mean, she is a singer-songwriter, right? Are all her songs hers, or does she sing other people's songs? I like, I have, honestly, like, I feel like I was completely ignorant to this just last year. Like, I'm like, hang on, I do know that other people write, but I didn't know how many people write for famous artists who are singers, like famous singers. I honestly, I didn't know that, and I feel like they don't get credit for what they do. Back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, was that a thing as well, or were there a lot more singer-songwriters? Oh, the Cranberries. I mean, there's U2 as well. Like that, I just did Bono. The Cranberries as well. Yeah, I know. Lisa says, is she a peacemaker? And Reb says no. So Taylor Swift doesn't write all her own music. So I feel like you have to write your own music to be, to believe in, not necessarily to believe in what you're saying or singing, but the person who is writing should get the limelight when it's something like that. I don't know. Leonardo DiCaprio. Lisa says, love the Cranberries. Okay, but we can't just do one of the Cranberries, can we? Leonardo DiCaprio, what has he started? Julia, what has he started, like, which is relevant to becoming a peacemaker? Like, is he close to getting a Nobel Peace Prize for what he does? Taylor writes her own music. She had to buy her own, oh yes, she had to buy her own music back. Okay, well, we'll have a think of it. Right now we have one environmentalist, peacemaker. Then we have two musicians. Joan Baez, I've already done Joan Baez. Is she here? Is she here? Is she here? Is she here? I did a young Joan Baez. I don't think have I written the back of hers? She may be upstairs because I haven't written the back of hers. But yeah, I did Joan Baez already. I mean, I guess we could do people that I've already done in my dailies, but I'd like to do other people. Yeah, there's Joan. I did a young version of Joan. No, that's okay. Amanda Gorman. Who's, okay, I don't know who Amanda Gorman is. And Julia says, DiCaprio has been a long-time champion of global environmental issues, including climate change, access to clean water, etc. Okay, so yeah, let's put him on the list. Thank you, Julia. How about folk singers Peter, Paul, and Mary? Oh, and Amanda Gorman is a poet. She spoke at Obama's. Oh, yes. Okay. She may be on my list of 100-day people, but I'm going to put, so we do have, we have that list. So I could put together images of them and we can draw them together. That would be kind of cool. Hello, Candida de la Cruz from Tampa, Florida. Good morning. We are just about to leave, but we've been on here for an hour. I'll be back tomorrow, and tomorrow I can tell you who I'm drawing or painting. Today was Phil Ochs. Tomorrow is, do I have tomorrow's already? Yeah, tomorrow is Harriet Tubeman, who you should all know who Harriet Tubeman is. Good day, Shah. Hello. Hi, Teresa. Hola. How do you say hello in Portuguese? Bye, Susan. Always late. That's okay, Teresa. Comment afterwards if you watch the replay. Tubman. Thank you, Lisa. Not Tubeman. Tubman. Hola. Okay, just hola. That's great. Yeah, Tubman. Have a great day, Lisa. Have a great day, Susan. Yeah, so today, just so that you don't miss it, if you are part of Sam Dion Baker's club Substack group, she has a session today, and Jennifer Caballeros from Books and My People has a session later today. Jennifer, you'll have fun with Jennifer's, absolutely, because she's, oh no, look at my blue. Ugh. Jennifer is painting, shoot. Jennifer is painting, I don't have any paper left in that one. Let's have a look in this one. Book covers. So if you have a book cover that you want to draw, if you've been reading something and you want to, or you have a book that you want to redo the cover because you think the cover doesn't express or explain what the book is about, that's something that you could do. Or if you've been reading a book and you want to change the book cover, or if you want to do the same book cover, that's also an option. So yeah, acrylics are very messy, very, very, very messy. So that is on later today. I feel like that is at 2 and Sam's is at, and Samantha Dion Baker's is at 1, or am I getting them confused? Is Samantha Dion Baker's at 2 and Jennifer's is at 1? I'll have to double check. There. Just taking my excess paint. Don't want to waste it. Kind of like those colors together. If you dip the paper in water, I'm not going to be able to do that, but oh, maybe I can. And get some of it over on this side. That really didn't work. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe as well. Bye, everyone. Bye.